Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So, as you can see by the looks of the title and the screen today, I am bringing y'all a very special build. So, this one is actually called the two-way stretch playmaker. Over 100 badges. We're going to be 6'9", but as you can see, at 6'9", we're going to be able to break ankles with that shot creating takeover. So before we get any further into the video, man, I just got to say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity. I just ask that everybody who is watching, just give it to God, man. I'm telling you, everything will work out in your favor. But if you want to go ahead and join the Rich Gang family, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Now, also, go ahead and be sure to turn on post notifications, but also hit that like button, y'all. Can we go ahead and get 55 likes on this banger? Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And now, let's go ahead and get into the making of this new meta center build that honestly, you're going to be able to pretty much do everything that you want out of this build. So, the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is actually put this build to 6'9". Now, when it comes down to the weight, this is highly optional. For me, I'm going to say that I have to go with either 215 or 217. I'm actually going to go with 217. And then when it comes down to the wingspan, I'm going to go with 6'11". The body shape is really coming down to what you want to do. But for me, I would say that picking builds is going to be the best one that you can possibly go with. Now remember, if you feel like changing anything up, you definitely can do so based off your own preference. But for me, this is the way that I would preferably go about the setup when it comes down to the height, the position, the weight, and the wingspan. But now, let's go ahead and get right into it a little bit more. When it comes down to the close shot, I'm going to go with an 87. Driving layup, going to be brought up to an 84. Driving dunk, an 80. And then as for that post control, what I'm going to go ahead and do is put this up to an 81. And as you can see, we get 22 badges right here. So honestly, when it comes down to the finishing side of the ball, we get a lot of really good badges when it comes down to honestly the Hall of Fame ones. I like fast twitch, also even teardropper, but then with the gold badges, we also get back down punisher. So this build is actually going to be more versatile than what you really think. But let's go ahead and get into the shooting now. So the mid-range and the three-pointer are going to be the same exact at 85. Don't go anything higher. It is not worth it in my opinion, especially with the takeover that we pick. Essentially, you're going to be able to get a 99 mid-range and a three-pointer. But as you can see, 28 badges for the shooting is not bad. And we also get some really solid Hall of Fame badges, but also even with the gold ones. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. I know y'all wanted to see what this part of the build was going to look like, so let's go ahead and get right into it. When it comes down to the pass accuracy, I'm going to go with an 85, ball handle 79, and then as for that speed with the ball, we want to go ahead and max it out at a 68, and right here we get 23 playmaking badges. So honestly, if you feel like going about it a different way, just be sure to make the build exactly as I am showing y'all, and then at the end of the video you can remake it, add your own adjustments, and do anything else that you please. But now let's go ahead and get into the defensive end. So with that interior defense, I'm gonna go is gonna be an 83. Perimeter defense, I'm going to bring it up to an 82. Steal, I'm going to go up actually to a 74. And then when it comes down to the block, here is where things are going to be a little bit different. So, pretty much when it's all said and done, I'm not going to max out the block. I'm going to go with an 82. Then when it comes down to the rebounding, I'm going to go with an 81 offensive and then a 82 defensive. So we get 28 badges on the defensive end, and I'm telling you, the build continues to get even better as you go along. I just have to say, when it comes down to the badge setup, remember to add the +4 that you're going to be getting from the rebirth or the college championship, and also remember adding the +1 badge that we will be getting from each season, making this build even more overpowered all around. Now, on the physicals, I'm going to go with a speed of 75, acceleration of 72, strength, actually going to leave it as is, vertical, going to be a 74, and a 90 stamina. Now, if you want to, for the end, you can go ahead and max out your free throw to the max at 86, or if you want to go about this a different way, you can actually make this build to where you get different takeovers instead of getting the shot creating. If you want to go about it that way, just follow exactly what I am doing. So as you can see, I ended up making the offensive rebound in 82 as well, and that is what's actually going to change up the takeovers that we get. But do not worry, I'm going to go back just to show y'all how to get the shot creating takeover being 6'9", because the way that this build is set up exactly right now in this moment, you're not going to be able to get the shot creating takeover, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because of that 82 offensive rebound. Now, if you go back to an 81 offensive rebound, the takeovers will change and you're going to be able to maintain the shot creating takeover. So just a little tip in store for y'all. Just remember, I'm going to go back to show y'all how to do it. So as you can see, we get the sharpshooting, playmaking, rim protecting, and glass cleaning takeover on this version of the build. But if you make one minor change, as you can see, I'm taking off my block, or you could even take off the offensive rebound, then from here put the rest into the stamina or vertical, and as you can see, we get the shot creating, sharpshooting, playmaking, and then the rim protecting takeover. Now, all of these are some really good options to pick from. For me, I would really recommend picking the ankle breaking, shot creating takeover. And then as for the second one, this is really all based on your own preference. Again, for my own, I would have to say that the most important one overall is going to be the rim protecting, just to help out on the defensive end. Go ahead and pick whichever one you feel most comfortable with. But now let's go ahead and check out the build name. And as y'all can see, we have made the first ever two-way stretch playmaker build. Now remember, you can always make your own adjustments, but also you are risking changing up the build name and everything that this build comes with. The shot creating, ankle breaking shots, then also being 6'9", still able to dribble, and over 100 badges. That is something that I would not risk, but again, it really just comes down to your own play style. Let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. So just remember, we're getting a +10 to our defense and then a +10 to our shooting because of the takeovers. Once you buy boost, you're going to be getting another +4, and then also when you run with the correct teammates, you're running defensive leader as well as floor general, another +4 to your offensive side as well as the defensive side. So in takeover, technically, you're going to be getting a +18 to your shooting as well as the defensive end. So essentially, in takeover, you're going to be able to get a 99 mid-range shot, 99 three-pointer, 99 interior defense, 99 perimeter defense, up in the high 90s for the steal. Block will be 99, offensive rebound will be 99, and then the defensive rebound will be a 99 as well. Then when it comes down to the speed on this build, this is pretty much getting a +4 from a lot of things taken into consideration. Remember, you're going to be getting a boost to your stats when you're in takeover, but remember, the gym rat badge is also still effective in the game. So really, you have to take a quick look at all of these stats, adding everything up just to make sure that you know what the build is going to be looking like. Even the finishing is going to be getting a +8, so honestly, that is not bad. You're still going to be able to speed boost with this build just with the boost that you buy, as well as running with the correct teammates. This build can be taken into any game mode, but now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of these badges and which ones that we're going to pick. So when it comes down to the finishing side of things, honestly, I can say that there's going to be a lot of wealth in this category, especially when you pick the correct badges. So for me, I have to say that the most important ones are going to be the ones that come down to getting dunks. So that's going to be silver posterizer first, and then from there you can also change anything of this setup when it comes down to the badges as well. I'm going to add in gold slithery finisher, and then from there we still got some really good ones that we're going to be able to take into account. I'm also going to add in gold unstrippable, silver fearless finisher, as well as limitless takeoff, and then you can go with gold back down punisher, and this is definitely the setup that I would be running when it comes down to the finishing side of things. But now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. For me, I'm going to go with blinders, corner specialist, and then also there are a good amount of badges that we're going to be able to use after we throw on those. So for me, I would have to say that gold hot zone hunter is going to be very important. Then you can go with difficult shots because of that shot creating takeover. You can't forget about Hall of Fame sniper, and then also I'm going to throw in Deadeye on silver. We got a good amount of badges remaining, so for me, I'm going to go with catch and shoot as well. And then for the very last one I'm going to go is going to be volume, shooter, but you can also go ahead and put on stop and pop. It really just comes down to which badge you like more. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. I'm going to go with silver unpluckable as well as handles for days and quick first step. And then from here, I'm also going to go ahead and add in gold or bronze triple threat juke. Now from here, you can really go about it however you feel comfortable with, but for me, as long as I run badges that are going to be bullet passer as well as Bella on bronze, everything is normally going to work out in my favor. This is the setup that I would be running, but remember, you can always change it based off of what you want to do. You could even upgrade any badges of any tiers that you want to go about. But now, let's go ahead and get into the defensive side of this build. So we got a good amount of badges for the defensive end as well. So I'm going to go with gold intimidator. Another one that I really like is going to be chased on artist. The thing that I really like about the defensive side of this build is that honestly, you get every single badge that you are possibly going to need when it comes down to 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and even 5v5. Now this is a great 1v1 build, especially if you go with the setup that I'm showing y'all. This is what I would be running though, 28 defensive badges, and then we get 23 playmaking. Onto the shooting, right here we're going to be able to get 28, and then to finish it off with the finishing we get 22. Again, man, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity. I hope that I can lead y'all to honestly put your trust in God and just put him first and see what he will do in your life. I just need y'all to know that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I support y'all like y'all support me. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who wants to join the Rich Gang family RGF, be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications. But also be sure to go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. Can we go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger? Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And last but not least, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.